Hello all. Today I'll be giving you a slicer tutorial on threshold based segmentation and generation of 3D models. So first of all, we'll take a look at various apps which are present in Slicer. I'll give you a brief overview of what Slicer is about and what are the various functionalities that could be leveraged in Slicer for medical image analysis. So taking a look at the various apps, we have annotations, data store. We can convert our data into a DICOM folder or we can extract data from it. We can visualize and generate various kind of models. We can also capture scene views which are present in this part of the screen. So which could be sent and used for further analysis. Additionally, we can edit some segments of the given object under interest. This tool we use for segmentation. For analyzing the segmentations, we use the next tab, which is the segmentations. Finally, we can also perform a lot of transformations, which involve the modification of the object or the model under consideration. We can add or subtract or move it or translate the model along different directions or conjoin them with various other models. With the view controllers, we can change the view that we are looking at. Basically, we can do it like clicking here as well. So there are a lot of views which are available in Slicer. This is the conventional 3 one, this is the conventional one. And for the time being, I'll keep it 3D only because the object will be studying right now will be only in 3D. Moving on, the volume rendering, this part helps us in visualizing the model that we have loaded and visualizing the data that we have uploaded onto Slicer for analysis. And apart from this, there are a lot of more specific tools and apps which are present in Slicer, which can provide enhanced analysis and can help in better understanding of the problem at hand. So let's move on to loading our data. So what I'll do is I'll open a folder. So it takes a time while it loads. So meanwhile, okay, so I have a NRRD file which consists of a three-dimensional skull, and I'll be generating a corresponding relative STL model for it as well. So it's pretty easy to load data in Slicer. We can just drag and drop from where the data is located. We can also load it from the file folder itself. Now, yeah. So when this prompt comes out, we have to click OK. And yes, our data is loaded. So once our data is loaded, since my data is meant for volumetric analysis, I'll just go on the volume rendering part. I'll open the volume rendering in order to visualize what I have made. So you can see here, like here I have a volume already loaded. This is the 001 complete model which I just loaded, the NRRD file. Now, if I want to see what my data looks like, I just need to click on this closed eye. So opening up will open the eye. And yeah, so as you can see right now, there's this additional utility in Slicer which gives us which aligns the data automatically corresponding to its anterior, posterior, and superior, inferior positions. So this attribution is done on its own. So for ease of visualization, I'll center the data that is under observation. So this is basically the mesh that I had stored in the NRRD folder. Now, moving on to segmentation. So since this is in the bone format, this entire skull comes in a bone format, and luckily for medical imaging purposes, Slicer has its already pre-trained defined STL constraints and predefined medical imaging modalities, as well as segmentation data structures which we can use for our own benefit. So moving on, we'll try to segment this first. So go to legacy, click on editor. Yes, so you can select OK. So here the master volume is the skull which we want to segment, and we want to segment all the part of it. So what we'll go is we'll go on this thing. This is called the threshold effect. So on clicking on this, yes. So what I want to do is I want to analyze the separate segments as well. So I don't want to see this in the 3D part. So in order to analyze each of the segments, separate segments corresponding to axial, coronal and sagittal plane, I'll change the view to the conventional view. So as you can see here, it's buffering. So in order to increase the contrast, what I'll do is you can just scroll up. So scrolling up will increase the construct and remove the things which we do not want in our segmentation. Now, from the threshold effect, Slicer has its inbuilt coloring scheme for various medical tissues and medical terms. So various parts in the body have their own segment color, which is being provided by Slicer previously. So since here we are trying to segment a bone, what we'll do is I'll select a bone. Now the threshold range, the entire thing that I have only consists of a bone. So I can provide the maximum threshold. So I can move this to 1. Yes. So now what we have is you can see in each of these planes. So this corresponds to the axial one, this corresponds to the sagittal one, and this corresponds to the coronal one. So we can see that this is what the segmented section would look like. As you can see, there is still some islanding. So post generation of the model, we need to remove the islands, which we can do in the other app like ITK Snap or Mesh Mixer. So moving on, now once we have thresholded the entire object under consideration, we can move on to generating the 3D model. So in order to generate the 3D model, we can click on this make model effect. So this will try to generate a VTK file. Now we can rename the model as what do you say, slicer skull. Okay. Now when we have named it, we can select the smooth model to get a smooth model. So moving on to, we can just click on this apply. So as you can see, it shows a tab like the model making has started, and once it has made the model, we automatically be able to see what it has made. So we need to wait for some time until it generates the model. Yeah, so now as you can see, a model has been made. So this is what a model looks like. So this brown color, as you can see, like we changed the threshold to brown, so it's giving a brown color. So this is pretty much fine as compared to the mesh that we previously had. Now moving on to the STL file conversion, we can go to the save thing, and since we don't want to save all of the things, we'll select and deselect all. We'll go to the slicer skull.vtk. I think I generated it twice, that's why it's showing 2 files, and we can change the file format to STL. The file folder which is being saved is shown here, so we can move on to that and see. So okay, so actually I made this once already, so it's asking me to replace. So let's say yes, we want to replace, and this has saved. Okay, now we can go to documents and see if a model has been made or not. So moving on to documents. Okay, so yeah, here you can see we have a model made, slicer skull. So this is what we'll be using for further analysis, even reduction into and conversion into STL formats for 3D printing and all. No, that's all about the slicer tutorial for threshold based segmentation and conversion into 3-dimensional models. So this is it. Okay, thank you for being a part of this tutorial.